Hello everybody, how are you? My name is Chef Rob. Thank you for joining our May Food Festival, and my son Chris is here. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them in there. And hello to everybody out there, all the different libraries, all the patrons. I've been getting to see a lot of people in person. It's been wonderful. And for you folks that watch me across the country, thank you so much, and hope everybody is well. So let's start with some Baltimore crab cakes. These are really delicious, and if you're making them along, just let me know, and I'll give you some hints what to do and how for them to come out really good for you. Okay? Any questions or comments, Chris?
Just people saying hello.
Hello. So we're gonna make the mixture first. The mixture first is gonna have some mayonnaise in it. So I'm just gonna take about 2.5 tablespoons. And make sure it's a good quality mayonnaise. So when I say good quality, it can be like Hellmann's, it can be Duke's mayonnaise. I happen to be using Duke's mayonnaise. I like that one. It slightly edges out Hellmann's to me. I'm going to take 2.5 tablespoons and just add this right into this bowl right here. And these crab cakes, if you are making them today, you're going to maybe enjoy them tomorrow. Make sure you use crab within 2 days, okay? Because crab will not last long. We're also going to put in here some Dijon mustard. So I just need about 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. This will make 6 really nice crab cakes. You can also make them a little smaller, make them into sliders. Anything like that would work really good. You can add some Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire, however you say it is the right way. 1/2 teaspoon, so just a little bit Worcestershire. One teaspoon, I'm sorry. 1 teaspoon of the Old Bay seasoning. This used a lot in crab cakes, used a lot in shrimp as well too. This has a nice spice to it and really good with seafood. Whoop, that's enough right there. So I can tell it's just about a teaspoon. I am going to add 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt.
Let's see. Marianne X, where do you purchase Duke's Mayo?
Duke's mayonnaise, where are you from, actually? Let me ask you. Because I do know it's an East Coast thing. Definitely Lidl has it. On occasion, like you will get a Stop and Shop to have it as well, too.
And Susan X, where's the best place to buy the lump crab meat?
Okay, I'm going to get to the crab in a minute, but I will get right back to that one. So I'm just going to dice up some celery. I want 1/4 cup, and usually it's about 1 stalk. Okay.
She's from Ronkonkoma.
Ronkonkoma, okay. So definitely Lidl. I think there's more on the South Shore than there are the North Shore. But they do have it, and they just had them this week. $2.99 for that, which is a great price. But you can find it different places. I would say even Google it. Just Google it and just see where they do sell it. You can email the company too at Duke's Mayonnaise. So I am a little promo for Duke's Mayonnaise, I guess, today, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm just dicing this celery really good. Of course, wash it. Okay, wash any vegetable you have. When you are done with the celery, wrap it really good in some aluminum foil, because putting it in some aluminum foil, it will last a good month. Okay, it will stay really fresh. So when I do that, I am just taking the celery like this and wrapping it like this. And if I put this in the vegetable bin, a month from now, it will look just as fresh, just like that. Try it. Let me know on our next food festival. Actually, that's in July, so you'll have to let me know there. I am going to add in some fresh Italian parsley as well. So 2 tablespoons of Italian parsley. Just cutting the little bigger stems off. I'll leave them on the side. You can always throw them into a stock. And just take the parsley, roll it up, chop it up really fine.
Shelly said love crab cakes, and Kirsten said great tip, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so this is good. So about 2 tablespoons. And we're just going to mix this all together. Okay, so we have our mayonnaise, our Dijon, a Worcestershire sauce, Old Bay seasoning, salt, celery, and parsley. Okay, leave that to the side. Now I'm going to take some of the crab meat. Yes, go ahead, Chris.
Rena X, was Duke's originally available in the South years ago?
You know, Rena, I do believe that is correct. I read something on that about probably within the last year, and yes, it was in the South a lot, but you can get it on Long Island where I am. But I know we have a lot of folks from all over the country. I'm going to take this crab meat. Okay, now the crab meat, the best crab meat to buy is the jumbo lump crab meat. And also if it has a little back fin in it, that is really, really good too. So this is a little combination. I want to go through this and I want to feel for shells. I want to make sure there's no shells in it. You want to keep this extremely cold because it is so perishable and it is so pricey, so you don't want to lose this. Okay.
Gail said Duke's Mayo is available at Walmart.
At Walmart. Thank you, Gail. So, yeah, a lot of places. So, Walmart across the country. So, typically, lump crab meat right now is about $37 a pound. A lot of restaurants are not selling crab cakes right now. There are some, of course, you know. But blue crab can also be a nice substitute. It has a nice sweetness to it. It's a little more reasonable in price, so you can check that out as well, too. With the crab meat, you want to buy it close to home, okay? You don't want it from overseas because a lot of times the date on the can will be from about 2 years from now, so you want to be really cautious. Take a look at that container, see where it's from, and then you decide whether you want it or not. One of the best brands to buy is called Crown Prince. Really, really good, great brand. And some of the places that you can get it is in Baltimore, San Francisco, New Orleans, and Seattle, Washington. Those are 4 of the best places to get some of your best seafood, too. So I am not filling the shells in here, so I'm going to leave that right in here, which is a good thing. I am going to take about a cup of the panko.
Nona X, I missed how much mayo to use, sorry.
The mayonnaise, 2½ tablespoons. So not a lot of mayonnaise because we want to really taste crab in this, okay? So I am going to take this crab meat and panko along with this wet mixture right here and combine it, okay? You can use a spatula or I do have gloves, so I will just kind of mix it with my hands. I'm just going to gently fold it in there. Now, what I typically like to do is let this sit for about an hour, okay? Because it really seems to come together a lot better. But we'll just be signing off in about an hour, so I will make them now. They just seem to kind of hold together a little better, and I want to show everybody exactly how to make this. Go ahead, Chris.
Susan said, I just got back from New Orleans, ate plenty of Gulf shrimp.
Ah, you lucky. So lucky, Susan.
And Rena X, what is back fin?
The back fin it's a type of crab meat, just like where you can get the legs or the lump. So all different types of crab meat that you can buy. Back fin and the lump combination in a can is really, really good. And a little bit less in price than just lump. Okay, so this just gently mixed together. I'm going to shape these into crab cakes in a second. But first what I want to do is start cooking these. I'm going to add a little bit of oil into this pan here. Turn this up. Takes a few minutes each side. Go ahead, Chris.
Margaret X, so is the crab meat from a can and where can you buy it?
Any seafood store you can get it. I get mine at a restaurant supply store. Let's see. I would say to get any of this type of crab meat, go to the seafood store, okay? Because typically if you go to your regular grocery store, it's going to be from way overseas, okay? So again, you don't want that. It's not really good crab meat. So I am heating up this oil right here. I'm going to shape it into about six to eight crab cakes. And we're going to let that cook for a few minutes each side. Again, if you are making this with me, or you're going to make this at a different time, shape these into crab cakes, and then let them sit in the refrigerator for about an hour. And they will just kind of form a lot better and not kind of fall apart. So just go like this. You can always have a little tray just like that. Now while this is cooking, I am just going to whip up a little bit of remoulade sauce. Okay, so a little sauce that we could put on the side. Chris is wonderful.
Actually, it was someone in the comments named Laura.
Laura, thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes, 2 eggs. 2 eggs. And it will make it hold it even better together. So 2 eggs there. Thank you, Laura.
She saved the day.
You saved the day. So oil is heating up. In the meantime, I will bring that all together. And then we'll start patting these out and get these browning up really, really well. Go ahead.
Melanie said Olive Garden restaurant doesn't have any of their crab entrees currently.
Yes.
Couldn't get the crab appetizer, but their fried zucchini was out of this world.
We're using zucchini nowadays, yes. A lot of restaurants no crab. It's just in case, it's even the cost, but even if they can't sell it, they can't take that loss. So that's a part of it too. Okay, just got this nice and folded in here. There's that moisture that I was missing. So, going on, we're going to make some remoulade sauce. I will give everybody the recipe as I'm going along, but I'm also going to post it on my Facebook page. Okay, I just thought you may want to see a little something different than a little tartar sauce with this. I want to make sure this oil right here is nice and hot. They're going to take about 3 to 5 minutes to cook. Just let that light there. I've made these in the restaurants that I used to work at. I would never deep fry my crab cakes because the oil that goes through them is just, you feel it in your stomach, you taste the grease in it. Always pan fry them, okay? They will come out so much better. You can make these into little sliders as well. Okay, so that oil is getting nice and hot, so I am going to start putting them in there to brown.
Anne-Marie said, sorry I came in late. Is it canned crab meat?
Yes, that's pretty much all you get is the canned crab meat, yes. But canned crab meat can be fresh, okay? Really never buy the frozen with this.
And Kirsten X, what kind of oil are you using?
I am adding just a little bit of canola oil, okay? I typically don't like to use canola oil in there, but it takes a nice high heat. We'll get them nice and crisp. You could use like a vegetable oil in this. So any of those would be fine. So I want to make sure that they don't get too brown on the bottom. So you kind of peek at them every once in a while. So I did get 7 out of this. So not bad. This crab meat was about $19.99 for the pound, which for nowadays is not terrible. Okay, I'm just going to take these crab cakes right here, add them. Always make sure they're towards the center. You may need to shuffle them around just a little bit, okay? Just, you want them to be all nice and even. Evenly cooked. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on these. In the meantime, let's start making a little bit of sauce. So if anybody out there wants to write it down, feel free to write it down. It is a very simple sauce, but it has so much flavor. Okay? And we'll keep an eye on these. So again, I'm going to use some of the mayonnaise, a half cup. This will yield 2 cups. Okay? So a half cup of the mayonnaise. And as soon as you are done using this, back in the refrige, because you want this to last. Very important. Okay, a quarter cup of celery. So again, 1 stalk would be good enough. And we're going to dice it pretty fine. Cut that in thin strips.
Gail said there's a little something wrong with the sound. So if anyone else If anyone isn't having a problem or if someone is, just let us know in the comments. Thank you. Melanie said, my local grocery store sells crab cakes for $5 each. What would you say the cost would be if I make them myself?
Well, these right here, I got 7 out of this. It was $20 for this, okay? But they're not already made for you, which is a nice convenience. And then there's also the fact that what kind of crab is in there. Typically, if you're buying a pre-made crab cake at a supermarket, you are not getting the best quality. Okay, so making your own and picking your own crab is better.
Okay, everyone said the sound is fine. So Gail, if you're having a problem with it, you could always just leave and come back, or watch at a later time if there's something wrong with your computer.
So I'm also going to add to this, besides the mayonnaise and the celery, some of the Italian parsley, 2 tablespoons Italian parsley. And this is a really tasty sauce. So whenever you make this, make extra because it's great for shrimp cocktail. Put that right in here. And a little bit of dill pickle relish. So if you can find the dill pickle relish, it is not everywhere. And I always say if you can't find it, take a dill pickle, cut it up really small, use that. So dill pickle relish, about 2 tablespoons. A lot of the stores do have it, but you will find some that don't carry it as well. 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. That really just gives it a really nice zing to it. 4 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. 2 teaspoons of the Worcestershire sauce. Just going to mix that around. Now, scallions, you can always add scallions into this. You can also add in capers if you like capers. Love capers. So I am going to take 4 teaspoons of capers. Look how nice and golden brown that is, okay? I have this on a medium to medium high heat. I don't want it too high, but I want to make sure it gets that nice crispness to these crab cakes.
Lori X, where did you buy dill pickle relish?
I got mine at a Stop and Shop, but not every store does carry it. Walmart does carry it, I know. And as I always tell everybody, you can find every single thing online if you can't get it at your local grocery store. Look how these crab cakes are looking. You have to make these, everybody, please. I am also going to add some capers, the 4 teaspoons of capers. With capers, they're usually used in a Mediterranean cooking. I love them in seafood dishes. This is a perfect sauce with shrimp, crab cakes, fried fish, anything like that. So I'm going to take these capers, and whenever I deal with capers, I always like to give them a really fine chop. Giving them a fine chop means they're not going to roll around on your plate. Usually, like if you're doing a chicken piccata or a chicken francaise and you add capers to it. And when you chop them up, it just seems to go through the sauce as well. Really, really well. And make sure to serve these with plenty of lemon. So you can see how this sauce is. It's a loose sauce. It has so much flavor. It's really incredible. So if you roast some shrimp, they'll be perfect with that. I'm just going to get out a platter and make this plate look perfect for Chris and I later. Chris?
Yes.
How's that sound?
Melanie X, how long will the leftovers last, and what is the best way to reheat them?
The leftovers, you must be talking the crab cakes 2 days tops. Seafood has to go, okay? Shrimp, crab meat, fresh fish, anything like that. And you want to keep it as cold or as hot as you can. Room temperature is it's in a danger zone, so be really cautious with that. So I'm just going to put the sauce into this bowl right here, and you can just see all that flavor.
Fran asked if you could put the sauce recipe on your Facebook page.
We will do that right after class. I'm going to take a little bit of lemon wedge, put some of them around.
And Janice X, can the crab cakes be frozen?
The crab cakes, after they are cooked like this, yes, they could be frozen, but just there will be nothing like how it is right now. Okay.
Rena asks, could you use this recipe with tuna or chicken as well? I know that's an odd question, but I wondered.
I would say yes with the tuna. The chicken, each seafood thing or food has a different consistency, moisture. So chicken, depending on what you're using, if it's the canned chicken and you squeeze out all the juice of it, it's possible it may work, but I don't want to promise that because I've never tried that. So these crab cakes are perfect. You could always put these on a paper towel, okay? But you want them just like this, nice and golden brown.
Joy X, will this be recorded to watch later?
Yes, it will be, yes.
It's already recording right now, so once this class is over, it's on your library's page and our page.
Okay, so I am going to take these off and put them on this platter right here. Turn that off. And we are going to make a strawberry rhubarb crisp shortly and a guacamole salad with tricolored tomatoes. You have to make that one. It's really, really good. So our next food festival, and check out the library that you are watching it on now, okay? And our next one is July 25th. And I will give you the menu for that, and then we'll go on to our next dish. So Monday, July 25th, 6:30 Eastern Time, we're doing a stuffed local zucchini, and it's going to have cherry tomatoes and Parmesan cheese. And then we're also going to have a summer green onion lettuce wrap, and it has the ground chicken in it. So like an Asian flair to it. And we're going to also do an indulgent raspberry, chocolate, banana bread. Love that one. Go ahead, Chris.
Nandini asks, what about a vegetarian substitute?
For this, I think you got to go with a whole different route. I think you almost have to build from scratch and make your own, or even just Google a different recipe. I would not say vegetables with just this base is going to do it. It's going to probably throw off too much water. Zucchini, carrots, anything like that.
And she said guacamole sounds good. And Melanie asks, do others in your family cook also, or are they the lucky ones? We all cook.
Yeah, you know what? I'm out doing a lot of classes live nowadays, so yeah, I'm cooking for everybody in Long Island, and yeah, they got to cook.
Except for
otherwise
us.
They don't eat. Yeah. So, okay, let's make the guacamole and colored tomato salad with lime. When you get the avocados, you want to just check for the ripeness in the supermarket. Okay, the darker it is, the more ripe it will be. Never take your thumb and press it into it. Okay, you are going to cause it to turn a little brown inside really quickly. Just kind of take your palm like this, and if it has a little bit of give to it, it is ripened or it is really close to it. Okay. I am just going to cut this open here. Go ahead, Chris.
Kitty said, hey, Rob, it's Kitty from Longwood.
Kitty, how are you? No, Kitty from Florida, but I know.
And Nandini asks, how about chickpea cakes?
Chickpea cakes. Never really made one. Would love to try them. I love chickpeas. Maybe someday. Maybe if I have time, I'll play with something and I'll come up with something for you. Okay? So everybody, the avocados, whenever you have it like this and you are not going to use it quickly, squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on there. Take your finger, just go like this. Okay, there you go. And to get the pit out, just take your knife and it will just pop right out. There's different ways to cut avocado for this salad. The easiest is just making a little checkerboard right in here. Just like this. And I have some that I already cut before because I'm going to put a little extra avocado. Chris and I really like avocado. And I'm going to pop this right out here. And drop it right in there. Another way to keep avocado really fresh is taking plastic, putting it right on here really, really tight, just like that. You want the plastic on the skin, and it will stay really right like that as well. So Kitty, do you miss the food? Do you miss the food from Longwood? I've been still going to your library. I'm sure you checked the newsletter there. We worked together so long ago.
Barbara said, thanks for the avocado, lemon, and cutting tips.
Oh, it works tremendous. And you do want the Hass avocados, okay? Not the avocados that are from Florida. Those are kind of just mushy and no real good taste for them. At least for this type of salad, okay? So I'm going to leave this to the side right now. I want to take some of these beautiful colored tomatoes. Love these. Use these all year long. I'm going to add everything right in this nice serving bowl. This is really perfect for Memorial Day weekend.
She said, I miss you in your classes.
Thank you. I remember doing the pumpkin bread and the chocolate cranberry scones for you at the school. So just cut up about a pint, a little bit over a pint of these tomatoes. Just halve them. And they would be really good. This salad you could just change so many different ways. Okay, different onions, different vegetables, cucumbers in here, different peppers in here would be good too. Gonna add in a yellow pepper as well. I have been finding some of the yellow and orange and red peppers as low as 99 cents a pound around here, which is an unbelievable buy.
Melanie asks, if you only use half an avocado, is it okay to leave the pit in it when you cover it with plastic and put it in the fridge?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely it is. Just rub a little lemon on it, put that plastic where it's really touching the avocado, and it will last a lot longer. Okay? And just remember, the darker it is, the more ripe it will be as well too. So buy them as you kind of need them too, because they are pretty pricey right now. So just about the pint right now. I'm going to add in some yellow pepper. So I'm just going to halve the pepper, take the seeds out. Okay, beautiful pepper. Take this, go right down the center, cut it open, get rid of the white part in there and any of the little seeds. So I just kind of like to go just like this, take that part out, because there's no real good taste or flavor in it. And do the other one. So before we do go later, I will give you all of my dates for the food festivals for September, October, November, and December. We don't have one in June or August, okay? Just so you know. We had so many in-person classes that I can only do so much, everybody. But I don't want to give this up. I love doing this. I know it's nice to all get together and people we don't get to talk to and they've moved away or something, and it's a great way to stay connected.
Laura asks, do you have a method for speeding up ripening of an avocado if not ripe?
Yes, put it in a brown paper bag, or then you could, or to get it even quicker, put it in a brown paper bag with a banana, a tomato, or an apple, and that will really speed up the process. You could have them actually in 2 days, a hard avocado, and that works well for peaches, cantaloupes, all different melons, the nectarines, the same thing. Okay. I'm going to add one 15-ounce can of black beans that I rinsed and drained. Okay, so I'm just adding that all in here. I'm going to add half of a small red onion. I'm just going to dice that up on the smaller side. And then jalapenos. We're going to add some jalapeno in here too. Okay, so you can add up to 2 jalapenos. And I'm just giving this a good dice. And just turn it like that. And just add that right in here. Now the jalapenos, just be careful, because if if you're not using gloves or something like that and you touch the seeds or the white part and you touch your eyes, it will get you. You will remember. You remember not to touch it again. Okay. If you like it very hot, by all means, put in the seeds. Okay, but not a lot of people like that. And then with the salad, I really want to taste the avocado, the tomatoes in it too. So up to 2 jalapenos. These are a little bit larger. So I'm just going to kind of scoop these out, these seeds here. And just going to cut this off right here. Get any of those little seeds out. Make sure you wash these really, really good because they travel from far away. And then I'm just going to dice this up on the smaller side. Add this right into the salad.
Barbara X, is it okay to store whole avocados in the refrigerator? Aldi's has had bagfuls for decent prices.
Yes, yes, and then take them out as you want to ripen them. That's what the supermarkets actually do, okay? They keep everything in the refrigerator, and then they just take it out as they see you need it, okay? So the jalapeno is in here as well. I do want to add the lime zest. I want a half a teaspoon of lime zest. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to kind of grate it right over the salad. The lime in here is really, really good. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail X, are you using half red onion or half a cup of red onion?
I am using half of a red onion, a small red onion.
And Maggie said all the jalapenos.
Maggie, hello Maggie. How are you? So just get in this, a half teaspoon of the lime zest. Actually, Gail, getting back to the red onion, it's half of a small onion, but like up to a half a cup at the most, okay? I tend to go a little bit less, just especially if I'm entertaining. So I know I have that on the recipe, a half cup. So I just want to clarify that. Now let me just add some liquid to this. I'm going to take a 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil. Use a smaller bowl for that. 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil. Always buy that in the dark bottle. That way it does not turn rancid because it does not like light. Okay. I want the juice of 2 limes. So I'm going to squeeze them right in here with the olive oil. The lighter the limes, the better, the more juice you will get out of it. So those really dark limes, try to leave them at the supermarket because you're going to have to buy a couple extra to make up for it. So 2 full limes. Going to add in a teaspoon of kosher salt. Sea salt would be fine with this as well. I do like the sea salt with this too. So a 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt. A little bit of fresh ground black pepper, so up to about a half teaspoon. So a couple twists.
Gail said thank you.
You're welcome.
Maggie said I'm very much looking forward to your next in-house class. And Melanie said I'm learning so much today. Thank you.
Thank you. And some garlic. So about a half teaspoon. I actually need probably just about one of these. Just kind of smash it and then mince it up really, really well. Add that into the dressing. And then just a little hint of cayenne pepper. Okay, and if you like it a little spicier, like Maggie will, just add in the rest of the cayenne or a little bit more. So add this garlic right in here. And I'm going to add that cayenne in. So, quick little sprinkle here. There it is. 1/4 teaspoon. Whisk this up really well. You're going to need all that dressing, so just kind of pour that right over it. Get everything out. And now we want to add the avocado in here as well. I'm actually going to put everything right in this bowl here. So now you're just going to gently kind of fold this avocado in here.
Barbara X, where can I find the recipe for the avocado salad?
Whatever library that you kind of got this from, you know, that you heard about this, go to their library's Facebook page, okay? Or just call them tomorrow. There are a lot of libraries out there that have it already listed, so just check out the many libraries that are out there, okay? So I just want to show everybody the color of this salad. And just gently toss it like that. See how that is? I'm just going to put this in this nice white bowl here. So this salad really stands out really well.
Emily X, can you leave the seeds in the jalapeno?
Emily, yes, you can. See, you're better than me. I can't handle the seeds. I want to hold up these lump crab meats from Baltimore, and it's with a remoulade sauce, which I will put on my Facebook page, which is Simply Creative Chef Rob. And this is the guacamole and colored tomato salad with lime. This together, happy Memorial Day, right? But we can't forget what Memorial Day is really about. All the veterans that serve for us throughout this country, right? For the past and with everything now, we need them, and that's what Memorial Day is really about. So, thank a vet when you see them. Everybody, let's go over and make a strawberry rhubarb crisp, and it has a nice oatmeal crumb topping on it. And then I'm going to give everybody our menus all the way up till the new year. Okay, so let's go over here, Chris. So I have my oven preheated already to 400 degrees. This would take about 35 minutes. Actually, I'm just going to move this light over here a little.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. So, I love rhubarb. A lot of people just kind of leave it in the supermarket or the farm stand, but buy it. Make a combination with that and strawberries. Rhubarb is one of those vegetable, yes it is, that is still truly seasonal. You know how we can still get watermelon during January? Well, this is something that is typically really only found right around now, in the spring. So try to buy some of this. The rhubarb, we want to use about 2 pounds of rhubarb. Now, when you go to the farm stand, you're going to see those big leaves on here. Those leaves are poisonous. You do not want to eat them, okay? It can lead to, I did some reading on it, kidney failure and kidney stones. And so make sure you just cut them off, leave them, okay? The farm stand, they'll probably cut them off for you. Wash this really, really well. Any edges that are a little bit, brown, just get rid of that. And what I want to do is just cut this on the diagonal.
Melanie X, does the stalk ever get poisonous?
The stalk, no, it does not. Nope, not at all.
If it did, we wouldn't be making this.
And this is a incredibly bitter rhubarb, but that is why we offset it with some sweet strawberries and some sugar. And that will definitely do the trick.
Emily said, hello, Chef Rob.
Hello,
and
Emily.
Kitty X, can you please put the avocado salad on the website? It is on our Facebook page, if your library didn't provide it to you. And Rena X, why do farm stands sell the rhubarb with the leaves then?
Better in your garbage than theirs, I guess. Probably. And it looks like you're getting something really substantial. So, part of it. And it's the whole idea of it just came right off the farm.
And it could go bad quicker if they cut off the stem.
Yeah, the more that's left on there, the fresher it will stay. So just take it, just like this. Okay, that piece. And this, again, is about 2 pounds that I am going to put in here. This is great served with some ice cream. Got to have some vanilla ice cream with this. Unbelievable, so good. And then we're going to put in a lot of strawberries. 3 cups of strawberries we're going to add. This was actually one of the first desserts I ever made when I was at the libraries. But that was when I was just starting out about 10 years ago. And we had about 10 or 12 people coming. So now to go buy rhubarb and strawberries we have sometimes 40, 50 people at a library. It's a little too costly to do it. And you got to think time consuming wise too.
Tom X, when is your next online class?
My next online class, I am doing a Zoom class, a chicken piccata, and a red, white, and blue sprinkle batter cookies. And it's at the Taft Public Library in Massachusetts. So for anybody out there that wants to join that, you could always just call that library and they will send you the Zoom link. It is open to everybody. That's what mostly all libraries will allow you to come to their library, especially virtually, which is a wonderful thing. Okay, so I'm just about done with the rhubarb for this. And then our virtual food festival will be in July 25th. So I am just going to halve the strawberries. I'm just taking about 3 cups, put them in half. I need the gloves for this.
Melanie asked if you could say the name of that library again.
The Taft Public Library, and it's in Mendon, Massachusetts. Some of these strawberries are a little big, so I'm cutting them a little bit smaller.
Robin asks, when's the date for the Taft Public Library Zoom?
It is the end of June, so if you just go on their website, you will be able to see it or call it. I don't have it handy in front of me.
Tom X, can you still buy crab meat at supermarkets?
You can still buy it at supermarkets, but I would typically say go to a fish store, seafood market, and you're probably going to get better crab meat, better quality than you would at a supermarket. Costco, BJ's, they tend to have decent quality crab meat. And, well, I like to say reasonable, but I was there yesterday. It was $37.99 a pound for crab meat. And that is a part of the reason why some of the restaurants aren't carrying it anymore. Okay. I am going to toss this all with 1 full cup of sugar. So it does have a lot of sugar in there, but we got to offset the rhubarb being so bitter. But definitely, if you've never tried rhubarb, get some. You will love it. Well, this is a perfect summer meal, Chris, or late spring, I should say, right? So I'm going to take 1 full cup of the sugar. Yes, I know, lots of sugar, right? And now we're just going to give that a really good toss. And I want to add a 1/4 cup of flour to it too. Now what the flour is going to do is just kind of give it a nice base, almost like if you were making a pie. So let's just toss this up, and then we're going to make our topping for this.
Lori said Lidl has Phillips crab. Is that good?
Phillips crab. Phillips is a pretty good brand, so yes. I did not know Lidl had that, so that is good to know. And I would think they might even sell like the 8-ounce containers there too. So if you need just a little small portion, perfect for it.
Fran said strawberry rhubarb pie is my favorite.
Oh, absolutely. The best. So just make sure you toss this really, really well. Okay. And this could serve up to 10 people, depending on the eaters and also maybe what you're serving with it. Maybe you might be serving some cookies with it as well, too. So I need to get a stick of cold butter out of the refrigerator. You need it to be cold. You could even just pop it in the freezer, because when you have the cold butter and you're going to make the crumb topping, cold really matters. So let's just take a stick of butter, Going to cut this into small little pieces and put it into the food processor. And I'm just going to dice this up nice and small. So we have been doing mini chocolate chip scones at some of the libraries on Long Island. It's where everybody goes home and they get 16 scones to make. They are minis, but you get 16 of them. So we have the butter in here. I need a 1/2 cup of sugar.
Melanie asks, can you use non-dairy margarine like Fleischmann's for someone who is lactose intolerant?
You certainly could. Is it going to change everything? It really is, okay? But everybody with any type of health issue, you have to do what you need to do. So we're just taking the flour, the sugar, and the butter and adding this in here. A 1/2 cup of the flour. And you can add this all at once to make life easy if you want. I tend to leave the oats to the very end. So a little bit of cinnamon, just about a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail commented when the next classes are for the Taft Library. June 27th, July 7th, July 28th, and August 18th.
Thank you, Gail.
And it's in the comments if anyone wants to write that down.
So everybody in here, we have our flour, our butter, our sugar, and cinnamon. I'm just going to pulse this until it becomes clumps, almost like little pea sizes. So just kind of pulse it, put it on and off. And then we're going to add 1 full cup of the oats. And then we sprinkle this right over the top of the rhubarb crisp. And it will take about 35 minutes because you want to get that rhubarb to be nice and tender. Okay. So I'm going to add this now. Let's pour that right in here. And just give this a quick little turn on here. Okay, it is combined. And we'll take a picture of this as it comes out, and we will show everybody. We'll leave it on our Facebook page.
And that'll be when we also post the sauce that goes with it.
Right, the recipe, yep.
No, that's for the remoulade, but I'll still post it on there.
You know, we were talking about the rhubarb earlier. As I'm sprinkling this on here, so it makes a nice amount of mixture, okay? And saying how the leaves can be poisonous, and if you were to eat them, it could cause kidney stones, kidney failure. But there are a lot of things that it helps with too. And that's heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So a lot of different things that rhubarb can help with. So definitely give this a try though. And this will go 400-degree oven, 35, maybe 40 minutes at the most. And you will absolutely love this. And then have ice cream on hand. So I'm just going to hold this up, Chris. Okay, so this is the way it will look going into the oven, and then we will take this out and we'll take a picture of it and put it on our Facebook page too, okay? And if any of the libraries would like this for their page, please let me know. Send me an email, I'll send it right out to you, okay? And 400 degrees, serves 35 minutes. Let me give everybody our other food festival dates. Check out all the different libraries that are on here tonight, because a lot of them do it every month with us as we do the food festival. So our next food festival is July 25th. Gave everybody the menu earlier. That is at 6:30 Eastern time. Okay. In September, we are going to do an Oktoberfest, and that is, if you want to slide over here, Chris, a second, simmered bratwurst in ginger and onions. Okay, so if you like your German food, you're going to love this. Panko paprika chicken. Okay, and it's a schnitzel. So, and then an Oktoberfest German apple cake, which is really presents really nicely if you are going to have have dinner company. Really good. That one is September 24th, and that will be at 3 o'clock. September, we kind of go back to the Saturday afternoons. Go ahead, Chris.
Emily said, "Good night, or good evening, Chef Rob and Chris."
Take care, Emily. October 15th, we are going to do pumpkin scones with a cinnamon glaze, something that you have to make. Some of you folks that come to see me on Long Island, you've made them before, you've seen them. A Moroccan sweet potato soup with lentils, and then we're also doing a skillet rosemary chicken with Pink Lady apples, and that one again is October 15th, 3 o'clock. Okay? This year we're not doing it on my birthday, Chris.
You're right.
Yeah. November 5th, we're going to do a Thanksgiving themed one, getting ready for Thanksgiving. We're going to do a soup that you could make the day after Thanksgiving. We always have that turkey left over, so it's called the Day After Thanksgiving Turkey Soup. We're doing a delicata squash, which a lot of people, just like the rhubarb, leave in the supermarket because they say, I don't know what to do with it. So we're going to give you a really good recipe to do something with. And it has cranberries, feta cheese, balsamic maple dressing on it. And then a grandma's roasted sweet potato pie.
Elisa said, "Thanks much from Michigan." And Robin said, "Thank you so much, Chef Rob, making my mouth water."
Thank you so much. Let me give you our holiday cookie festival that we are going to do this year. It is on December 10th, and it is a 1 o'clock start, and it's just because some people do bake along with us, or they may just make one of them, and people want to do all their baking early and get on with the day. So that one we are doing what's called Gooey chocolate mini cookies. They're really tiny cookies, but you make about 30 of them. Really good. Holiday jam thumbprint cookies. Everybody loves a thumbprint cookie, so I will give you my version of it. And then a spiced eggnog cookie with a cinnamon eggnog rum glaze on it. Frosting, I should say.
Gail said, "Everything looks absolutely delicious. Can't wait to try them. Thank you both for another wonderful class."
Thank you so much. Everybody, I also have another event, and it will be on July 15th. It will be at 7 o'clock, and we are doing a raspberry tiramisu trifle. And if you go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, you will see it. And then that night, we are also going to do a shrimp and penne with a basil cream sauce. Okay, so we don't have a lot of virtual coming up during the summer, as I do a lot of children's classes. The youngest ones I do is 3 years old. Okay, so I have every age group, and love doing it, because sometimes just talking to somebody and just like, what'd you do today, and they're telling you went to the park or something like that, and we play games there too. And then I have the teens, which I love doing the teens, and then because they are into their cooking and baking. And then of course a lot of adults who are out there tonight. Thank you so much. So everybody, any questions before we go? If not, I make this whole meal together, and whoever you serve it to is gonna thank you.
Paula said, "Can't wait to make the strawberry rhubarb crisp. Looks delish. Thank you, Chef Rob."
You're welcome.
And Rena said, "Thank you. How difficult is it to make a lemon meringue pie?"
How difficult? Yeah, you know what? It depends on everybody's skill level. If you've been baking a long time, not tremendous. Always not getting bothered by the phone or the door or whatever makes life easier. Okay? I go into libraries. I cook for 40 people. People are like, I don't know how you did it. I was in there in a room by myself setting up. Nothing bothering me, nothing like that. And it comes really easy, nice and natural. So it depends on it. Watch a YouTube video. Watch somebody on YouTube make a lemon meringue pie. Get all the little tips before you go into it, okay? Certain things need to be cold, certain things need to be hot, and those will help you out and make it go really well. Everybody have a great, safe Memorial Day, and thank you everybody for always watching. Thank you to all the libraries, and thank you to all you patrons. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.